All right, so we're gonna calm down a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about some things in his response. Uh, the biggest shock in the world with George Lopez, what he said about the African American descendant woman who left, and he called her a bitch and told her to leave, and if you like the joke, and people. And he's got people African American who's defending this, and I'm calling out on this too. It's no different than Kramer. It's no different than Steve Harvey making fun of Asian men. Um, it's no different than in Comic View back in the 1990s when I used to be very against African American comedians making fun of dark and light white people, making racist white joke, black jokes. I mean, not only they did it to other races, they did it within our own group too. Dark and light. It's of course to talk about colorism, but to make fun. I never forget on what's it? Lord mercy, Showtime Apollo. And my grandfather, he's dark. He was. He's died. He'll be 10 years of his death next year, and in January. And my dad's side, he's dark skinned, and so there was a brother by my complexion. I can remember back in the '90s, and we were watching Showtime Apollo, and this brother came out and said that y'all dark skinned women stop putting a lot of facial makeup, y'all look black as and this making all these racial adjustments, and that was wrong. And my grandfather was offended by that. And he said it's sad that black folk come on TV and do that. And make, I understand we can not laugh at the nature of slavery, but not sit here like enough. What's that big old dark skinned brother that was on there time when he went to the country club? Y'all probably know back in Comic View. He said, I was afraid to go to the country club, to the country music club, white folks there, because they want to be hanging Negro night, and everybody laughed. He said, see that how we don't, no one take us seriously. So I'm bringing this up so other groups will stop thinking that some of us condone racism from black comedians, which I don't, okay? I'm very against Cole Punch. I was very against Bernie Mac when he said that all black people whoop their kids and white folks don't, which is very untrue. I'm from the South, and it's the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant state, conservative in a way. A lot of white people do whoop their kids. That's what we mix with Caucasian too. So besides what happened in slavery, they came here from England. Okay. We have other European, French and Spanish and Irish roots too, but they learned that from the after Reformation that Core Punch they distort that verse in Proverbs. I'm not going to debate about that. Y'all know how I feel about people distorting scripture and try to make it okay. But that's the reason why there's some of our people in the Wheeling syndrome. Put them two together. That's why some of our people whoop their kids. I don't have kids yet. But you better not put a hand on mine because I'm bipolar. When I wanted to kill you if you whooped me back in the day. You know what I'm saying? For real, right? When I whooped my grandma on my dad's side, I wanted to kill her. And, you know what I'm saying? My dad, grandfather, I'm not going to sit here and lie about that. That's the truth. So y'all want your kids want that thing about taking your life, you better stop it. But I'm being real, okay? But I was very upset with the Kings of Comedy who was in Job Corps, and I guess the people hope they're not in trouble, who used to work there. They let us watch Kings of Comedy. We're not supposed to watch no rated R movies. And while I'm hearing all this ignorant, jigaboo stuff, there was some funny stuff in Kings of Comedy. But when I heard Bernie Mac saying that, I just didn't, I'm sorry. I know that he died, back in 2009, you know what I'm saying? But I did not like that joke, okay? And it was mostly Latino and white people. And other people African saying, and then folks were laughing. Of course, some of you have Latinos who have families who whoop their kids, and they make stories like George Lopez and Paul Rodriguez. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. When I got whoopings, and I went to a white school, by the way, okay? I didn't get whooped by a white teacher, a coon coach in middle school. When the school was about to become mostly Hispanic, a coon coach, the only brother I had as a teacher, okay, who made fun of my voice. And then I was trying to do right and live right. Remember, yeah, I made mistakes, but I was defending myself. I'm a white dude with curly hair. Unfortunately, I think I got something else in it, okay? But get this story, okay? And the white sister principal, I can't stand to the redneck and the coon, hold me down and whipped me, and I almost wanted to commit suicide. I was about to turn 12 years. I was 13 because it was last week of junior high. Not junior high, I was 6th grade back in 1992 in June. I don't forget that Monday on the 1st of June. And I'm serious. I wanted to kill him, kill the other guy, and kill myself so I would get arrested, okay? So, not to change the subject or whatever, then y'all know that's why I take issue. And people say white folks. I went to school most of the white folks, what they did, it was a conservative state, okay? It's not liberal like I would like to go live in, okay? So, yes, I am a liberal, okay? So, point is, okay, that's I can't wait to get the hell out of Texas. I defend Donnie Wahlberg what he said about Houston, about the Super Bowl. But point is, and y'all can talk about Boston is racist. I don't give a damn. He know what racism is when he came down to Houston. He know how different they try to pretend like it ain't happening. It is. You know, so it's so, I'm not going to, but let's give it a subject. So, but on Common View, you had people who made fun of Mexicans, make Mexican jokes, racist, making fun of Hispanic. But they had white folks, Hispanic, like Gary on there. But I mean, I didn't care. You know, the Hispanic, people that was on there too who was comedians. But I just didn't like, them sitting here. You want other races to like watch your stuff, but you can't make fun of them. And you don't want another, you know what I'm saying? So don't come here and make that comment about all Coco black comedians. Because I'm African American, French, Spanish, Creole, which is mainly part of, from Louisiana. Native American, Irish, English. When I trace, that's what my answer. My mom and dad's side. My dad don't have Latin, Spanish, or Irish roots I know of, but I'm traced more on my mom's side too. We here do have Black and English and French and Native American roots. Okay, and so did my mom. Okay, but she has English and Irish. I know she had English and Spanish and Irish Creole. Not Irish Creole. Spanish Creole in her roots too. But I know we had French in our roots. Because they talk about the ancestors they knew that they died, like my third grandfather died in 1954, so they knew him. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 years before my mom was born. So my family named his grandson is 97. So we call him Grandpa Red. That's my third grandfather. But you know what I'm saying? He'll be 98 this year. But the point is, y'all gotta understand that I don't condone that racist stuff, making fun of Asian people and putting the eyes in there. And I remember a dark skinned sister will make fun of going to the Asian store and then making fun of Asian. I didn't like that either. Even I felt like that. I don't want no Asian people. I saw them in blackface in Korea. Y'all don't tell me I seen Raining Man. Don't look like Lamar, how y'all Mark the Wall, but they put black paint face. You know what I'm saying? In bad looking wigs. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that either. Okay. We have to respect each other, and that's why I disagree with the idea that minorities cannot be racist. Yes, we can. Okay. We learn it from white daddy. Okay. It's called like it is. But point is, to George Lopez, to make that argument, and then the stupid thing that people they're not picking up, that it wasn't that long ago this dude did DNA test. And I have always told y'all that Mexicans do have black in them, they don't want to admit it, okay? They talk about they got Spanish, Indians, the Puerto Ricans, got black, and whatever. No. I live in Texas. In the state of Texas, the reason why it became the Alamo was a big issue because of the issue of anti-slavery law that Vicente Guerrero, the Afro-Mestizo president, who was second president of Mexico, banned. When he got killed and died, that law still remained in Mexico. And this state used to be part of Mexico. Slaves from Arkansas and Louisiana and any part of the South can come in their house and be free here. So I wish y'all stopped that mess. They didn't have no black folks. Yes, they did. And these folks that's Mexican need to check their DNA too. Okay? So, what happened is, the reason why that people don't like that, and I will walk off too. If I was sitting here saying, my grandma's sister, my great aunt, who was older, and she told me not to marry no Mexican and this and that, which she did. Okay, she's deceased, died in 2008. Not too long when my grandfather on my dad's side died. So my grandmother had 2 double doves. Her husband died, her oldest sister passed away. But I started talking to her back in 1994. I only met her like in 98 when her brother-in-law, who looks like a Mexican, God rest his soul, he's Creole, married my other aunt, the other great aunt who cooked menudo. Yeah, her, okay? Yeah. So, 98, like after I graduated, I had death, and I had my step-grandfather on my mom's side passed away, and then I had my great-uncle on my dad's side passed away. So, it was okay. So, and I just graduated high school. And that's the only time I met her. I didn't talk to her. My grandma constantly telling me, you need to go see her. That's your auntie, blah, blah, this and that. But the reason why I did, because we had a conversation in 93. In 1993, that's how I listened to Harlem music. I know I was his fan at the time, too. But I listened to Harlem music and listen, okay, you know what I'm saying? And loving Mexican culture and everything, like Selena and all that. And I'll never forget, she said, because I came on there and I said Feliz Navidad like that because my aunt, her sister, who died in 93, who wanted me to learn Spanish, my great aunt, told me, would make jokes, say Feliz Navidad. They did to her one time. I said, who is Mexican calling me, say Feliz Navidad? So I did it to her, and she said, I said, Feliz Navidad, and so we got a big conversation, and next thing she said, I don't like Mexican people, and they said all the bad stereotypes she said about Mexican people, about, even the OJ trial, she kept talking about it, kept reminding that Geraldo Rivera is Puerto Rican. She still, they say same thing, they all the same, all of them Hispanics the same. So, because she had bad experience with Latinos here in Texas. Chicanos, the Pocho ones, should I say. People in the defense rate, that's why I mentioned the word. Okay? Not all Mexican, even Chicanos who are born here are not Pochos. But there's the ones who think they're white are. So, or try to act like they are. And not only hate the African, but they hate Mexican people from Mexico. And George Lopez made fun of Mexican immigrants on his comments too. Let's get that straight as well. So, I started talking to her because I was like, you all always talking about God and religion. I'm here thinking, you're not going to tell me what to marry, who to date, what to listen to. I don't care about your old. And I'll never forget, one time I did talk to her was in 1997, 20 years ago. And it wasn't about race. I was about to turn 18, and she the one, you 21. We don't go about it no more. And I'm not trying to live your old school, trashy voodoo mess. I mean, she don't practice voodoo. I'm just disrespecting what she believes, okay, when I say voodoo mess. It's a curse to me. And that's the real reason why I stopped talking to her as well. You're not going to tell me I'm not a grown man when I'm 18, the law that got more jurisdiction than you do. Tell me, I don't care about what you're back in the day. I'm going to live my life. I'm not living for you. And that's why I separate from family, because they still hold on to their old mess. You can keep that BS. I'm trying not to cuss. But I don't want no part of it. Needs to have the decency and not be selfish and not put that trash in my life. So I didn't talk to her. I didn't go to her funeral, not because of that situation, but it was family drama between me and my grandmother. And I didn't want to deal with other people in the family who was going to be at the funeral. So back in 2008, I didn't go. But if I made a joke saying that, yeah, my great aunt said that, don't marry no Mexican and don't marry, excuse my friend, no wetback and this and that, and don't bring no spics at home and stuff like that. A Mexican, a Hispanic woman of any origin would probably got offended. And that would hurt her too. You know what I'm saying? And that is the real reason why that many of us got offended, because we would want you to say that about us. And I'm part Hispanic from the Creole side. I'm from Latin America, from Louisiana, the Spanish roots, okay? It's stupid. It's both, on both ends, it's wrong. And George Lopez, if it wasn't for an African-Mexican woman on the plantation, or hacienda, they want to say, in Colonia, Mexico, Nueva España, that the Spaniard was mixing with, and along with Native American women, whether he was raping or whatever, or if they did get married, because interracial marriage was promoted, especially the Catholic Church promoted that, interracial marriages, because, we're all human, and I'm a convert to Catholicism, so I know. They wouldn't be, Latinos. It wasn't for those black grandmas y'all put in the closet that y'all don't want to talk about, the great-great-grandma on the plantation in Latin America, you wouldn't be here. Don't forget that besides the indigenous woman, it was a black woman that was involved too in that mixture. And then the black men, especially the slave or the runaways, they call it the Maroons, they married Native American women. So if they did marry somebody in the Native American tribe, if they had the Spaniard mixed with them first, or the African, or both, that also contribute to your DNA. They call them Paros, Lobos, So I have to let that's stupid. When Mariah Carey read your DNA test, George Lopez, and next thing you're proud that you got black DNA and you say that, that's a slap in the face. It's no different with Rose Perez said in the review about Rada Yoga about calling Michelle Obama the Planet of Apes. Okay, and then next thing, talk about my great-grandfather, my dad is an Afro-Latino, but he's a high yellow one, though, by the way, because I saw the picture on TMZ, from Venezuela, So that just didn't make any sense. So that's why people take it. So I would never, I'm sorry, I started disband my great aunt. You're not going to tell me to sin because you feel it's okay. You just automatically became God. You make your own interpretation of the word and try to tell me I have to live up to your wolf and she called it sinful behavior. You're not. I don't love you that much to hate Jesus. You talk about that Matthew 10. I ain't perfect, but I know that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, Matthew 10, about separate, if you thank you. So, that's the real reason why. So, that's why we're offended. Because, I'm sorry, if I was bragging about that and a Latino heard that, you would get offended too. Don't bring no WB home and no SPIC home and them Hispanic folks or this and that. And I go even put it out there too. My mom, who I don't talk to, who did not raise, she had that Hispanic part in her roots. She don't know that because we don't talk as much. But her sister and her mom and them know now. She didn't even want me to talk to my Puerto Rican girlfriend. Well, she wasn't my girlfriend. I was trying to go with her. Part 2, y'all.